So what a sensation. Danonsak Sensumboonsak winning the Premier Super Series title here at the Yonex Denmark Open, his first ever Super Series tournament final, beating Solman Ho of Korea. Well, next up, again, history could be made because the three-time former champions, Joachim, Fischer, Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen, trying to become only the second pair in Super Series history to win the mixed doubles title at a Super Series tournament 4 times. But they're up against a young Chinese pair that are in great form, Siwei and Qingchen, in a 4th consecutive Super Series tournament final. After the mixed doubles, we'll have the men's doubles. Isara and Puang Puapet of Thailand up against the Olympic silver medalists Govi Chen and Tan Wee Kyong. Then we finish with women's singles, and Akane Yamaguchi trying to win back-to-back titles, having won in Seoul the Korean Open. She's up against Tai Su Ying of Chinese Taipei. Well, as far as the mixed doubles Super Series standings are concerned, even if Joachim, Fischer, Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen were to win today's final, they can't get enough points to move any higher on that list. So the top 3 will remain unchanged, but the movers up 2 place will be Chris and Gabby Adcock. From 6, they'll move up to 4, pushing everybody else further down the list. Now, as far as the number 10 on that list is concerned, they're in today's final against the number 3, and whether they win or lose, they will move up 5 places to number 5. Well, as far as the mixed doubles draw is concerned, well, only 5 different nations involved at quarter-final stage because there was 4 Chinese pairs. 3 different nations by semi-finals because the bottom half of the draw was an all-Chinese affair. And of course, with the Chinese youngsters beating Lu Kai and Wang Yaqiong, who won 2 Super Series titles already this year, India and Australia, that's an indication of just how well this young Chinese pair are playing. But our final is the 3-time former champions, Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen, up against the number 8 seeds, Siwei and Qingchen. The only other pair, or the only pair, I should say, so far, who have won one particular Super Series title 4 times in the mixed doubles discipline is Zheng and Zhao Yunlei, and they've achieved that twice. They won the Korean Open 4 times and they won the Hong Kong Open 4 times. Well, the Chinese youngsters, this their 4th consecutive Super Series tournament final. They were beaten in the final of Australia, they won the Japan, were beaten in the final of the Korean Super Series, and here they are in the final of the Denmark. The possibility of making history. And the possibility to win their home Super Series event 4 times. And also an opportunity, if they were to win today, it would mean that they'd won at least 1 Super Series title for 9 consecutive years. And this is only the 9th year they've played together. So that would be incredible in itself. Well, for both the Danish players, it's a 5th Denmark Open final. Christinna Pedersen, there she is. She was beaten in the final of the women's doubles with Camilla Rutte-Juel 3 years ago. And you have to go back 10 years for when Joachim Fischer was in the final of the men's doubles playing with Matthias Bo. So, a 4th mixed doubles final for the 2 of them, and a 5th final for each of them. Turns 38 next month. Well, they've got him down at 193. I had him down at 189. I don't know if you can enlighten us there, Steve.
No, I'm not sure, but I must say that 193, I think he's been on his toes then.
Well,
189 sounds more correct.
Yeah, that's 6'2½", isn't it? Christinna Pedersen, well, she's 30 years of age now, from Aalborg. And she, not only an Olympic medal, bronze medal with her mixed doubles partner of today, she was silver medalist, of course, in Rio in the women's doubles. The 3 titles they've won here, 2008, 2009 and 2011. And it was only in the second round against Bodin Sara, who we will see in the men's doubles later on, in his mixed doubles with Sawatri Amatrapai. That was the only time they went the full distance. And in the quarterfinal, they beat the defending champions and the world #1s, Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na. In the semi-final, they beat Chris and Gabby Adcock, and they came from 14-18 down in that second game, with a run of 7 straight points to close it out 21-18. So to the #8 seeds, Siwei, born in Wenzhou in Zhejiang province on the east coast of China. Wenzhou translates into mild and pleasant land. 2-time gold medalist at the World Junior Championships last year in Lima, both mixed doubles with his partner of today and men's doubles as well. 13 in the world ranking at the moment. They have been 1 place higher. That was earlier this month for 1 week. Both of them just 19 years of age. Chen, born in Meizhou in Guangdong province, and they've been pushed the full distance in their first 3 matches against Nottingham and Westwood of England in the first round, and then against Lee Chun-hei and Chao Hui-hua of Hong Kong in the second. The All-England champions in the quarter-final, the #3 seeds, Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto, they dropped the second game there. And then in the semi-final, the only match, they won in 2 straight games against the winners of the India and Australian Super Series earlier this year. So for the Chinese pair, well, this is their 7th final in their 8th tournament this year. These 2 pairs have only played each other once previously, and as you can see, that was in the first round of the Indonesia Premier Super Series, and that's the only time that the Chinese pair in their tournaments this year have not reached the final. All other tournaments, apart from that Indonesia Super Series, they've been in the final. That's remarkable, isn't it? Won the Thailand Masters Grand Prix Gold and the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix Gold, and as I've already mentioned, won the Japan Super Series as well. So 4 consecutive Super Series tournaments, 4 consecutive finals. Fabio Betto of Italy in the umpire's chair, as we saw a moment ago. No, there has been a pair that's won 4 consecutive Super Series titles, and that was Zheng and Zhao Yunlei in 2013, won the China Masters, Japan, Denmark and France. So the Chinese youngsters can't achieve that, but I can't help but wonder in my own mind whether they're going to go on and achieve similar sort of status in world terms as their illustrious compatriots.
And on my left, Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen, Denmark.
Well, no doubt. Oh, the fans are supporting, and quite right too.
Yeah. A little difference in the number of decibels.
Level.
So the mixed doubles final. three-time former champions from Denmark nearest to us. Steen, I don't know if you've had a chance to speak to any of your colleagues in the Danish coaching staff or players or anything today, or?
No, I haven't spoken to them. But I'm quite certain that the focus is on the first 4 shots and getting some blocks ahead of the Chinese. They definitely want to avoid fast-paced, flat game. That's going to be a very interesting duel. Christinna Pedersen against Qingchen at the net.
I can remember you remarking earlier this year in the team competition, the Uber Cup.
Yeah.
What a character.
Fantastic
she was.
character. That was the first tournament where I actually saw her, and before they got on court and so on, didn't have a clear impression on her. And you only take a couple of seconds to sort of make your guess on how people are, but I was totally wrong about her. She was a character on court. She was. We often criticized Chinese players for not really showing emotions on court, but that definitely is not the case with this woman here.
Yeah. She's also a fabulous front court player. Hence your comment about the battle at the front of the court, the two women on court. But Qingchen also backed up that Uber Cup performance with winning her first women's doubles Super Series title in Sydney at the Australian Open, winning with Bao Sin.
Yeah.
4-3.
Interesting, as I think those are the two most likely players to partner Tang Yuanting whenever she returns from her hiatus. And they were actually entered together into the China Open and Hong Kong Open later this year, but of course have withdrawn as Tang Yuanting is taking a little bit of a longer rest after the Olympics. That was quick. Yeah. And that's what the Danes are looking to avoid.
5-4.
Playing the defense, and we can understand why when we see the speed and agility of these two Chinese players. Great defense by the Danes here.
Service over. 5-0.
Have we ever had reigning world junior champions win a Super Series title? I've just looked up Akane Yamaguchi, and she won the Japan Open, I think, before she became world junior champion.
I was thinking Ratchanok, but I wasn't thinking Super Series titles. I was thinking World Championship. I don't know if she was the reigning junior world champion when she won the World Championship. But that's not a Super Series.
No. Because the World Junior Championships for 2016 in a couple of weeks' time, aren't they?
Yeah.
In Bilbao in Spain.
Right.
So until then, this Chinese pair we're watching are the reigning World Junior Champions.
Yep.
What a return.
Service over. 6-0.
That's brilliant.
Well played. Well played. Very good follow-up by Joachim Fischer.
7-6.
I noticed Joachim Fischer waving his racket at the front of the courts, intimidating opponents. There you go.
8-6.
That's all perfectly permissible.
Yeah. And it's a great cross smash from Christinna Pedersen to the forehand side of Chen Qingchen. Sets it up. Excellent. They've started out just as ready,
6.
the Danes, as we saw them in both the quarterfinal and the semifinal. They're off to a really good start in both matches.
Five straight points. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant play. 6 straight points to go to the mid-game interval with an 11-6 lead.
Rigtig flot, og godt som vi tager initiativet på forbanen nu her, ikke?
Jeg skal lige ind med noget her. Når vi går på hende, du er på baglinjen, du går kryds på hende, så har hun lagt den op i min forhånd 3 gange nu. På et eller andet tidspunkt vil hun køre den tilbage til dig. Det er bare, vi er opmærksom på det.
Kort kryds?
Ja, når du går kryds over på din forhånd mod hende.
Du kan ikke køre kort kryds.
Nej, jeg tror, jeg væk fra min forhånd nu fra nu af.
Bare frem på midtbanen, ja. Og så det der, når han server, som du også sagde, så står hun helt op på netkanten, ikke? Så enten skubbe den ind i hovedet, eller også ud i siderne, ikke? Men ellers er det rigtig gode returneringer. Ja, lige præcis. Fortsæt her, fremad.
Yeah.
11-6.
As we heard, Lasu were very satisfied with the... for those of you who understand Danish, as you heard, but I'm trying to translate what he said. He said he was very, very satisfied with the Danes' actions on the front court, their commitment to being first on the net. And Joachim Fischer had spotted that when Christinna was targeting Chen Qingchen cross court, she put it 3 times in a row in the forehand of Joachim Fischer. So Fischer said we should expect something else to happen. Christinna, you've got to be alert when you hit that smash the next time.
Good judgment.
Service over. 12-8.
Oh, my goodness. That was good judgment.
Service over.
A clever return from Zheng Siwei towards the right shoulder of Joachim Fischer.
Good return, wasn't it?
Yeah.
9.
Good defense by Christinna Pedersen. I'm quite sure the Danes have some kind of read on Zheng Siwei that
14-9.
they prefer to lift him here in that forehand corner because then they can move him under pressure to his backhand side. Look how quickly he's moving forward to that net. Joachim Fischer, he earns that mistake from Zheng Siwei, and he looks puzzled, the Chinese player.
Oh, it's brilliant again. The way Joachim Fischer jumps for the jump smash.
16-9.
Yeah, it's clearly in. It's almost as if he was climbing a ladder.
Yeah. They've been using the whole court really well, Christinna Pedersen and Joachim Fischer.
Play that behind the back.
Service over. 10-17.
Yes, she did.
Fantastic jump by Zheng Siwei.
Yeah.
That's clearly not where you want to give him some time in his backhand side.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting because Joachim Fischer, he tried a couple of partners after his first partner got injured and had to sort of undergo a long rehabilitation, and not all the girls had the mental strength to play with him because, I mean, sometimes it's really hard to see whether he's happy or he's angry at you.
12-18.
Yeah, he used to play with Britta Anderson, didn't he? She tore her anterior cruciate at the Korean Open, I think it
Malaysia
was.
Open.
Was it Malaysia
Yeah.
Open? Yeah, I like that. That's clever. He just sort of reversed, sliced that final shot. This one here. Look at that.
Yeah. And it's just such a big difference when Christinna Pedersen is to the left of Joachim Fischer. On the contrary to the opposite, when Joachim Fischer is playing with his forehand in the left side of the court. It's so much more dangerous with the two players playing with the forehand to the sidelines.
14-18.
Zheng.
Service over, 19-14.
It's a good serve again.
Service over, 15-19. Thank you.
This is where it can get a little tense, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've had a handsome lead. 8-point advantage at one stage.
It's easy for us to say here, but I think Joachim made the wrong choice here. He was too low behind, below the tape to play the tape. Should have lifted.
Yeah, I think the Chinese pair forgot momentarily that he was a lefty.
Yeah.
20, game point, 16.
Game point opportunities for the home players. Yeah, opening game to the three-time former champions, Joachim Fischer, Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen. That was incredible defense from Qingchen. How did she keep that going so long?
Stærkt overblik her til sidst. Det er stadigvæk det samme, vi skal, men de har skubbet hende endnu længere frem, og hun er begyndt at rykke ud i siderne også, så vi skal se, om vi kan, når vi stopper de der af til nettet, lige at skubbe dem ind bag ved hende. Ellers er det rigtig fint. De der returnerer til halv distancen ned på ham er gode, og så med variationer til dem, ikke?
Jeg vil ikke så mange ting,
Nej.
jeg kan ikke huske alle ting. Vi skal tage fat i, hvor pointen er henne. Og det er, når vi tager initiativet.
Ja, vi skal langt
Når de
frem.
ligger under nettet, så løfter de, og de løfter faktisk langsomt.
Ja, mig.
Ja.
Men det er stadigvæk,
Det er ikke mig,
der hvor vi har svært, eller hvor de lige kommer lidt med, der går vi ind i det der chubang igen.
Ja.
Den sidste, den blokker du får sat op, den dør. Bare lige et blok, det giver plads til os igen og finde huller.
Men vi skal have pladsen, så det skal lige trykke stop, eller et eller andet.
Og overspilningerne med også. Det virker rigtig godt, når vi lægger den først op i hans forhånd.
Ja.
Ikke?
Det hjælper heller ikke, at jeg spiller for blødt, fordi hun kommer godt nok også stormende nu her.
Ja. Men når du er ovenpå og laver blød, så kan jeg komme op, og så kan jeg prikke ind i hovedet.
Men det er mere, når jeg spiller herfra.
Yes.
Ja. Men når du kan finde de der hongkonger også, altså prøv at køre de lige med ned mod hjørnet der, ikke?
Ja, så lige ro på her. Det er opbygning, og vi skal have blok med. Hele tiden variere. Blokstop, eller hvad hedder det, blokopkast til den.
Ja.
Nogle gange kommer vi næsten til at spille tempo på op.
Ja.
Og så står de og spiller med kætterne, ikke? Men stadig hele tiden fremad, når de har angrebet.
Lige præcis.
I opsamlingerne.
Ind og jage forbanen. Det er det, der er det allervigtigste, ikke? Kom så.
Well, as Lars Uar was talking there, lots of nodding of approval from you, Steen.
Yeah, I think they've got the right plan. Joachim said something interesting in the beginning. He said not too much. We can't remember all that stuff. And then they took a long time, but that was more reconfirmation on what is it that we're actually doing. The basic element that is that they want to block, but in order to block, they need to push once in a while. So push to create room and then block. And I think that's really important. Ua said it also works well when you lift to Zheng Siwei in the forehand once in a while, and of course I couldn't agree more. Oh. Applause from Camilla Ritter-Juhl there with the audience. Playing well.
Yep.
He's playing well, Joachim Fischer, and I think the Chinese, they haven't picked up upon this, that Joachim is much better in his forehand side than in his backhand side. Joachim and Christinna, they had a good grip on Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei a number of years ago, and then suddenly, after the Danes had won the first game here in Denmark Open, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, they picked up on that and started playing everything to the left side of the court.
He's playing with real intensity, isn't he, Joachim Fischer?
And normally it's a little bit hard for them to play this push, block game, because they tend to sort of get caught by the situation and push too much, and that means that they will go into the flat game, and that's definitely not what they want. But
yeah, he's looking puzzled at the moment.
Yeah,
Zheng Siwei.
very puzzled. Used to utilizing his speed of movement, but not at all allowed to do that here. This is interesting because this is a textbook for other pairs on how to play Qingchen and Zheng Siwei.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Service over. 2-5.
I have a feeling that Joachim Fischer is playing on a knife's edge right now. He's playing extremely well, but if he tries a little bit too much, then it might go the other way. So it's important that he can maintain the correct focus.
Yeah, there's a look, I can tell you, from Chen Siwei back to his coach, as if to say, well, I played the block as you told me to, but that's not working.
No, there's a black player standing there. Excellent work by Christinna Pedersen at the back court.
7-3.
Oh, a rare service error from her.
It's over. 4-7.
I thought Qingchen actually stepped into that serve.
8-4.
No, we didn't see it.
Line judge. Line judge.
Not allowed to move your feet when serving, one of the service rules.
Thank you.
Oh, Zheng's looking worried as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the only chance of a Chinese victory here on the finals day.
And we should point out that in the history of the Super Series, when China has sent a full team to the tournament, they have always won at least one title.
5-8.
Not just at the Denmark Open I'm talking about all Super Series tournaments.
Focus. 6-8.
He's lethal there when he can sort of jump into it. Jump.
Oops. Isn't that terrific? What a reaction from Qingchen.
Are they related, Qingchen and Joachim Fischer? It's a bit of the same
expression and exuberance.
Come on.
Yeah, I love it. Back level. 4-point deficit has been closed. Yeah.
He's bounced back. Siwei.
8. Christinna, thank you.
They had a slight or short timeout at 8-4 up.
Yeah,
and
whilst the court was being mobbed.
And I thought at the time it might disrupt the Danes' rhythm.
10,
and
8.
Especially in the service situation where they haven't been able to take the initiative there, and if they don't get it there, the chances of getting it back later on is slimmer.
6 straight points for the Chinese pair. Great defense. Here's a challenge. Well, he's convinced it's out because they've gone as if it's a mid-game interval.
He's right.
Yeah.
Correction out. 11-8 interval.
Well, 7 straight points.
Når vi kommer ud i de her situationer, så skal vi ikke bare sidde derude. Så skal man være med til at bakke os op.
Prøv her, rolig.
Vi gør med, lige før 8-4, vi er nødt til at få hjælp til at finde
I skal nok få hjælp.
Prøv at høre.
Prøv at høre her.
Ja, kom så, Fischer.
Kom så her.
Fokus her nu.
Vi skal blive ved at søge fremad. Når vi får dem lagt af, skal du blive ved med at løbe. Når han slår dernede fra, så skal den op til ham igen i samme side, eller også så skal vi have den helt kort, eller også skal vi have den over den anden side, ikke?
Problemet er at finde løsningen, når han server lige nu.
Ja.
Det er, vi skal prøve at fandme af hullet.
Men jeg synes, vi laver gode returer på de der halvdistancer, ikke? Eller også kort ud i siden. Du må også gerne holde den kort og blive fremme selv. Kom så.
So the advice there, Steen, what was that?
Yeah, they were really frustrated, I think, with themselves, but it was expressed by saying, hey, come on out there, you two guys at the bench. We really need some help. We just led 8-4 and now we are behind. So we need help to find some solutions. And as they rightly pointed out, it was the solution when Zheng Siwei was serving. They couldn't really figure out where the gaps were on the Chinese side. Tried to play the mid-court area, but have made a couple of mistakes there. We haven't seen the same calmness as we saw in the first game, where they were lifting to Zheng Siwei, as Lars Will rightly pointed out.
Oh, how can...
Oh no, that's a ridiculous call.
That is... Well, this is... It's so clearly not wide of the centre line. It's the centre line judge who has called it out.
Yeah.
Now, this bothers me. The umpire, okay, we know we've got... He should overrule that. That is just nonsense. There's no way that's out.
And what if the Chinese pair have no more challenges left?
Exactly. It's so far in, and it was the centre line judge that called it out.
And I mean, if I were the Chinese team management, I would have asked to get that line judge replaced, because that's a ridiculous call.
Yeah.
That's not even a wrong call, that's ridiculous.
Exactly. Well, it's 9 straight points, but finally the run comes to an end.
9-30.
Yeah, she's angry with herself, Qingchen, understandably so. But the discussion in the interval also is a sign of how much the Danes want this victory. There hasn't been a Danish winner for, like, what, 5 years?
Yes, that's right. It was, and it was when this mixed doubles pair last won the title here, 2011.
Service over, 14-10.
In fact, for the last 2 years, there was no Danish involvement on finals day. Oh, it's just long and long. I was going to say that's super quick reactions.
But that's exactly what the Danes need to do. They need to move forward without hesitation. If they hesitate, then the chance is gone.
Well, she was there, but the quality of the return of serve was so good, she still couldn't deal with it. Shuttle tumbling, making it difficult to control.
Yeah, she tried what worked well last time, just played short. This time was an error. He's serving to the right shoulder. No, he's not. Oi. Whoa, that's ridiculous.
Oh, what a rally!
Fantastic reactions.
I don't believe it. How on earth did they keep that going? Incredible. Look at that. Well, that's just amazing.
Even though they didn't win it, the Chinese pair, it still helps them a little bit psychologically because it puts pressure on the Danes in future situations like this. Oi, that's a great shot. It's great defense from Christinna Pedersen that sets it up.
Yeah, but look, did you see the reaction after the rally between the two Chinese players?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
No. I think he wants Chen to cover her forehand side. Seems like the defensive turnaround is going towards her forehand side.
Get ready.
No, that was lucky.
Yeah, strings are gone.
Yeah. And have you noticed that all the lifts from the Chinese pair goes to the left side of the court? The first lift always goes to the left side of the court now in this second game.
Regardless of whether it's Christinna Pedersen or
Joachim Fischer, yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed that.
In conjunction with what we mentioned about Joachim Fischer preferring to come forward in his forehand side.
Yeah.
Much more dangerous from his forehand side than his backhand side. I think the Danes have managed to regroup and have a feeling that they could pull off the same today as they did yesterday against Chris and Gabby Adcock, coming from behind and winning this in 2 games.
Oh, goodness me.
I forgot that.
18-15.
It's been serving well up until now, but the pressure adds on. Good
great return.
Good return.
Great return.
I don't like the placement of his two last services, Zheng Siwei. This one is inviting Christinna to play that shot, and he's also served Joachim Fischer to his playing shoulder, which I don't think is a good idea.
That was a great net shot.
Yeah.
Forced the error. Now just 1 point in it.
17-18.
Joachim makes a mistake here. He lifts way too flat and sort of sails out Christinna. She has no chance of getting away from that.
No.
A little higher and she would have had more time.
Service over. 18-19.
Probably shouldn't reach for that one, Chen.
Now, can he hold his nerve on his serve this time? Yeah, good serve. What a good rally.
He's playing well, Zheng Siwei.
Yeah.
He's playing well now. Both in the attack
20, game point, 18.
and the more constructive game.
Two game point opportunities now for the Chinese youngsters, teenagers.
This is where I'd like Zheng Siwei, from the Chinese point of view, to serve to the right shoulder of Joachim Fischer instead of serving more to the right of his left arm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's well saved. Oh. Well, she hasn't played many flick serves, has she?
No, I think it's the first one.
Yeah.
But what a great idea. And I think, in general, Chen is struggling. She's made a number of mistakes, and a very good idea to target her.
Yeah. Well, the two game points have come and gone. 20 all, extra points required.
It's going wide.
So having just saved 2 game points, now the 3-time former champions have a match point themselves.
20.
What a great serve.
There it is.
A fourth Denmark Open title. And they have now remarkably won at least one Super Series title each year for 9 consecutive years. They become only the second pair in history in the mixed doubles discipline to win a particular Super Series tournament 4 times. They join Zheng and Zhao Yunlei in that status. Camilla Rotillo, Christinna Pedersen's women's doubles partner, with whom she won an Olympic silver medal. What an achievement. So for the first time in 5 years, home players win a title at the Denmark Open. Saving 2 game points in the second game, the moment of victory. Terrific performance by the Danes. Gosh, they were made to work hard in that second game, weren't they? But 2 straight games it was. 21-16, 22-20 in 47 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the prize-giving ceremony for mixed doubles.
Yes, a standing ovation from the fans here in Odense.
Please welcome the medalists of the 2016 Yonex Denmark Open, presented by Denisa. And a runner-up from China, Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen.
A 7th final in 8 tournaments during 2016.
And the winner
A 4th consecutive
of the
Super Series tournament
2016
final.
Yonex Denmark Open, presented by Denisa, with the final scores of 21-16, 22-20. From Denmark, Joachim Fischer and Christinna Pedersen.
A 4th Denmark Open title for Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen.
2016 Yonex Denmark Open, presented by Denisa Trophy and medals, are presented by Paul-Erik Høyer, President of BWF.
So Paul-Erik Høyer Larsen of both the IOC and is president of the Badminton World Federation, former Olympic champion himself in the men's singles, presenting the medals to both pairs. A 13th Super Series title for this Danish combination, a 3rd Premier Super Series title.
The checks and mascots are presented by Betty Holst, Director of Yonex Denmark. The local gifts and flowers are presented by Steen Møller, Deputy Mayor of the Department of Elderly and Disabled.
Well, it's a remarkable achievement by both pairs, isn't it? 4 consecutive Super Series finals for the young Chinese pair, reigning World Junior Champions, and a 4th Denmark Open for Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen. Only the 2nd mixed doubles pair in history to win one particular Super Series title 4 times.
Give a warm round of applause for the finalists.
Christinna Pedersen, Joachim Fischer, congratulations. Christinna, how special is it to win like that here in Denmark?
I guess you could see it. You could see our feelings when Joachim smashed the last shovel. So of course a really special feeling, and we are so pleased and happy that we could manage to play a match like this today.
And Joachim, you both accomplished a lot together. This is your 4th Denmark Open title. How much does that mean?
I think this is probably the most surprisingly, because we haven't been, as everybody is telling us, not so good. So we actually wanted today in the final to show that we are still here to fight. And we have been waiting 4 years to get this title back, so it was about time.
Thank you. Congratulations.
So 3 finals completed and 3 titles going to players from 3 different nations. Next up is men's doubles. So will Bodonisara and Nipipon Puangpurpet manage to make it 2 titles for Thailand, or will the Malaysian Olympic silver medalist Govi Shem and Tan Wei Kiong win a title for Malaysia here at the Denmark Open? Then, of course, we will finish with women's singles and Akane Yamaguchi going for back-to-back titles.